Deadly earthquake strikes southern Japan, leaving many people trapped as buildings and roadways buckle.
KTLA's Lauren Lister tracking the developments live from the newsroom. Lauren.
Micah and Cher, we have some new video into our newsroom at this hour. At least 2 people have died in a shopping mall collapse, according to Japanese media. Local officials report dozens are still missing or injured at that mall and at a paper factory where a huge chimney collapsed. Japan's prime minister says rescuers will work through the night as they rush to save any people trapped in the rubble.
Lights swinging and people seen bracing themselves as they get rattled by a 6.8 magnitude quake. The shaking sending dishes crashing and cars swaying on the road. The powerful trembler striking at about 4:30 in the afternoon as people were out and about in an area 540 miles southwest of Japan's capital city, Tokyo. The epicenter was in the Kumamoto region. The prime minister saying they are assessing damage and casualties, reporting injuries, power outages, damaged roads and buildings. Video showed some structures on fire, a train seen derailed, knocked on its side off the tracks. And on the second floor of a shopping mall, local officials say the quake caused the floor to collapse, trapping an unknown number of people. In the aftermath, cars navigating buckled roads, and as the sun set, rescue crews working in the dark. Some in the region said the shaking reminded them of the deadly 2016 quake in the same area. A USC seismology professor says the latest shaking could even be connected.
This earthquake that happened 10 years ago actually probably happened on the same fault, just a little bit further north. So in all likelihood, there's a connection that this earthquake 10 years ago kind of set in motion some tectonics that made today's earthquake perhaps a bit of an aftershock to the one 10 years ago.
Despite the damage from the latest quake, he says it appears it could have been even worse.
A 6.8 has the potential to be very destructive, but this one so far seems to be just moderately destructive.
Initially, a tsunami advisory was issued, but then quickly lifted, and Japan's regulators say nothing abnormal was found at 3 nearby nuclear plants. Toyota and Honda have suspended operations in the region for now, and that USC professor we spoke to said we still could see aftershocks, saying now is a very dangerous time to be in that area. That's the latest live in the newsroom. Cher, back to you.
All right, Lauren, thank you.
Tonight, growing desperation as drastic water rationing measures in Puerto Rico are just hours away from taking effect. Starting tomorrow, families will be without water on a rotating basis for 2 days at a time. People here now racing to prepare. In San Juan, we met a woman named Ana filling up her water bottles.
How bad is the water crisis right now?
It's extremely bad. It's something really hard to handle. We shouldn't be living like this.
At neighborhood wells like this one in rural San Juan, the flow offering a lifeline as residents now forced to make decisions like taking a shower or flushing toilets. The water restrictions come as more than 1/3 of the U.S. territory is facing severe drought or worse. In San Juan, it was the driest July on record. Puerto Ricans already facing water shortages for months, complicated further by aging infrastructure. The drought only adding insult to injury. Many here feel they're caught in the middle of government infighting. San Juan's mayor lashing out during a special hearing in June, calling the situation a disgrace. And just today, a top member of the water utility resigning over the rationing plan. In Loíza, water trucks are refilling home water tanks. This woman saying it's harder to live without water than without electricity. When school starts, washing uniforms is going to be very hard. And business owners say it's costing them money because they now have to buy water from private sources. This man says it costs as much as $500 a day to fill their water tank.
Tom, and you can see people are lined up here to get water, bringing containers of all sizes, some of them so heavy for the elderly to carry. Officials saying they're not sure how long this rationing will need to last. And while there has been some rain here, it has not been nearly enough to provide any relief.
The death toll continues to rise amid that Ebola outbreak in the Congo. It is raising concerns far beyond that region where it all began. Experts continue to stress, though, the risk to the American public is low, but the virus's high fatality rate and history of crossing borders has health authorities on high alert.
The Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo has spread rapidly since it was declared in mid-May. The World Health Organization and the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have sent their top officials to Kinshasa to meet the DRC President Felix Tshisekedi to strengthen the coordination of the Ebola response. They have said that there's a need to scale up all pillars of the response, and that will require a lot of support from the international partners. We've seen the United States government saying that they are willing to provide $242 million, which is in addition to what the U.S. has already provided. And there are a number of factors that are leading to this disease to spread farther. We're told there's an active, there are militia groups in that area where this outbreak has occurred in Ituri province. There's also a lack of an approved vaccine and specific medication, and also some community mistrust. Some people do not believe that this disease exists, and so they have been a bit hostile to some of the health workers. But the World Health Organization says that they are going to step up all the pillars of this response. So they have called on the international partners to support them to bring this outbreak to an end. Chris Ochamringa, Scripps News Group, Kinshasa.